The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is the Domino's postgame report. Seated to my left, a man who was actively rooting for one of his children to win the half-court relay race. He won't say which one, but he was just actively rooting for one kid.
Yes.
Chuck Benson picks favorites between his children.
You always figure out what I'm guilty of. You figure it out every time.
We've been doing this for too long, Chuck.
For sure.
112-76, you beat Johnson. Another game with spectacular offensive efficiency.
Yeah.
3 straight home games where you score more than 90. You shoot better than 55% from the field for a third straight game. What'd you see from your unit tonight?
I've got really no complaints offensively. How can you? I mean, 57 from the field, 42 from the three, with 15 makes, 87 from the free throw line, 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. Everybody is getting minutes. Nobody more than 22 minutes. 24. I mean, I can't say a lot about that. I was a little bit. I challenged our guys. We really are. This year, I feel like we've been talking so much more about our standard of performance, and it's not about our opponent as much as what we're going to be doing and how we do it. And our guys responded to that. And I felt like the first half tonight, for whatever reason, we just weren't as zesty defensively. Now, that's not to take anything away from Johnson. They shot the ball very well. But I didn't think we did enough to impact their shot making or enough to make them uncomfortable. Despite the fact we very early on in the first half established a lead, you know. But I challenged our guys at halftime to do something about our defense, and clearly we the second half they shot 31% from the field, 18 from three. And our guys did that part, but I'm very greedy. I want 40 minutes of perfection, and we didn't get that. So, but we'll take a win every day of the week, Cav. And like you said, it was very efficient. And there's just a lot of guys, man, that make me go home at night and think, "Good gracious, what a good performance, and what a good player that kid's going to be." Unfortunately, we only have 200 minutes to split them up. So we've got quite the conundrum on our hands.
It truly is unreal, the balance that this team has displayed here in the early going, borne out in the 9th game all-time in men's basketball history with 30 assists, 6th most in a game with 31. And, again, another game this season where 6 guys scored double digits. Do you find any problems in having to coach through – I mean, a guy like Bryant Thomas, who is your reigning defensive player of the year, plays 13 minutes and still has 8 points, 2 blocks, and a couple boards, and having to manage that aspect of the game?
No, because right now we've got guys that really are enjoying what we collectively are experiencing, and we have guys that aren't caught up. And I mean this, man, and this is very unusual. We've got guys that, for the most part, really aren't caught up in themselves. They're very much caught up in each other's success and our collective team success. So, Bryant Thomas, doesn't play a lot tonight, but Bryant knows he'll be a lot of nights. He's gonna be on there 30 tonight. He's on there 13, and he gets to watch some other guys that haven't been getting as many minutes get those opportunities, and he's fine with that. So, this is a team, man. This is a team. This isn't about an individual. And our guys believe that and embrace that. And that's for me, man, I can't explain to you how that makes me feel, because that's the kind of guys you want to be around. It's the kind of kids you want to coach and deal with.
How terrifying of a prospect can that be for Carson-Newman men's basketball?
Well, I mean, that's such a terrifying. What a word, Cav. How terrifying it is. That terrified me that you said that.
Good.
I'm
glad my word choice makes you quake in your little shoesies over there, Chuck.
But terrified, I don't know, man. I like the fact we have options, a lot of options. I've got to figure out how to manage that, but they make it sort of easy at this point. I just know that we sort of are built for a season. We're built for adversity, I think. And we honestly, man, what's more interesting to me is we have different combinations that I've not even put on the court really that I think could be unique and challenging for an opponent in their own way. And so we've sort of got those aces up our sleeve, so to speak. So, I mean, I'm just excited with where we are and excited with what I'm seeing and excited to get back at it at the end of the week.
Oh, it's tough to headline people because so many people stick out for what they did today.
I know.
I struggle with where do we go? Because I think you and I could sit here for a half an hour if we really broke down performance by performance. But Ren Dyer was explosive tonight. 16 points, 10 rebounds. His 10th career double-double. You remain unbeaten when he goes for at least 10 and 10. And 3 first-half dunks. I guess let's focus in on that one element of it. You started the game with an alley-oop jam, and we're throwing it down on the Royals all night long. How did that happen?
That goes to the staff, and specifically Coach Joe Larrivee. I've sort of given him the opportunity to craft a unique call for each game, and that was what he went with tonight, and it paid off. So I'm happy for our team. I'm happy for him that it worked like that. But like you said, like there were other plays, there were other moments, and Ren's explosiveness, and that was very much on display. And I mean, if you just clearly look at Ren, you'd be like, man, what a great night! 24 minutes, double-double, 4 assists, 2 blocks. but he's one of several. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. Monty Joe Hall's one of Monty Joe Hall's besties, our own Trip Davis is in the house tonight, and Monty gets excited to play in front of Trip. Ben 100% in the field with a dislocated thumb that happened in shoot-around today. Jack Junkyard Browder. I mean, 5 of 8, 4 of 6 in the 3 rebounds, 14 points, 2 assists, 4 steals, a block, maybe 2 blocks. I'm going to say maybe 2.
I thought he had a second one.
I don't even Caleb Bridgewater, quiet 12. I don't know, man. I'm impressed with my players. I'm impressed. So
you kind of touched on something. It's something that I don't know that I've seen from your teams offensively. Even going back to probably your best offensive team, which would have been that 17-18 team.
Hold that thought.
Joe.
Speaking of Joe Larrivee.
What are we?
Pizza. They got it? Yes. Perfect. I got to give them the signal. Whenever you give me this signal, this means pizza. So,
mid-season form, you interrupting an interview to say, "Where's the pizza?" We aren't even in Wise, Virginia for some moon dogs.
I'm warming up for that one. I'm saving for that.
Oh Lord, I don't even remember where I was going now. Offensively, doing things that I don't even think I saw your 17-18 team do. The number of times where you've moved the ball up the floor in transition, and the ball hasn't touched the ground. Yeah. Adam Eberhard is one of your assistants, is a pass and cut connoisseur.
Yes.
A product of Bellarmine, who is known for never dribbling and always passing. But it's not Bellarmine. It's happening in transition. How? Is it just the chemistry of this team is so off the charts?
I think a willingness to follow the instructions of our staff, the trust and confidence they have in each other, and the joy the true joy they get from watching each other succeed, man. I mean, offensively at the end of the day, what you're trying to find are good shots. That's really what you're trying to find, because you can get great shots and miss them, and you're trying to get good shots, and we know that when we get stops at a high rate like we do, that if we can push the ball and move the ball and share the ball, we have a better chance to get easy shots, and that's our guys are really motivated to do that, and I hope we stay with that.
Anything else to add, Chuck Benson?
Who won that race? See, I don't know. By the time I get home, they'll be in bed. I need to know. I'm already telling you right now, Cooper Benson is going to say that he won the race, whether he did or not.
Cooper blew a lead. He had the edge. Cooper and Jake Benson were the halftime entertainment for the men's game. You run the race where you put on the shorts, the shoes, the jersey top. Cooper had a article of clothing lead going into the jersey top. Could not get it on in time. Jake, the older brother, overtakes him at the end. And Jake, Jake, he's always going to finish at the cup. And Jake did.
Yes,
there was no second chance for Cooper to come through. He did make his layup on the first try, but he did it with his jersey cockeyed. His head was through the right arm sleeve.
We go through that every day. That's a day. That's just a norm at our house.
So Jake won,
Okay,
but
fair
it took a come from behind. I thought older brother was going to mop the floor, and Jake was behind for the first two articles of clothing.
Yeah, okay.
Overcame adversity. I mean, classic Benson stuff.
Glad to hear that. I'll find this out in the morning as I'm whipping up breakfast and prepping them for school. I'll find out this. I guarantee there's going to be multiple tales that come from this. There'll be Jake's version, Cooper's version, and they will be conflicting versions. But I'm relying on you to give me the true version of what happened and trust it.
All right, Chuck, go listen to some Christmas carols and eat you some of your kids' candy from whoever won tonight.
Thanks, Gav.
That is Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Domino's postgame report rolls on. Ren Dyer, Tyler Bowens headed your way when we come back after this on the Eagle Sports Network.